Hello, welcome back to The Growth Show. I'm your host, Whitney. And in the past few weeks, in the past few episodes on the show, we have been reflecting on the year. I've been reflecting on my year. I've been sharing the results of our audience survey, which ended up with 96 responses, which is just amazing. So thank you to everyone who responded and gave your feedback. I will say I reported on the results last week. We had about 60 responses at that point. Now we have more, obviously, but the results haven't really changed much from what I reported last week. Most of you are in that spot where you are trying to establish your practice. You have some clients, but you want more. And a good portion of you are also ready to move beyond one-to-one. And one thread throughout all of that is that most of you want more income. You want more consistency. So really, what we need to be talking about is preparing your business to scale. And when I say scaling, I just mean building systems and services that let you reach and help more people without everything relying directly on your time and energy. So basically thinking about how can you grow, how can you reach more people, how can you expand your impact, how can you grow your income and still have that time for yourself and for working in your business and protecting your energy at the same time. Now, I am running a free event this week with a ton of resources to help you with all of these things. It's called the Reach More People Bundle. It's specifically for dietitians and therapists, and it's all about building the systems in your practice for sustainable growth. So I have gathered 17 other experts to each contribute a resource. And in this episode, I'm going to be highlighting a few of them and how they can help you as you consider how you want to be growing your practice this year. But if you want to jump right in and begin grabbing those resources, you don't need to hear me talk about it anymore. Just go to whitneybateson.com/reach. It's live. The page is live right now. All you have to do is give me your name and your email on the opt-in page, and then you're immediately directed to the redemption page where you can then access all 18 resources for free. So it's 17 other collaborators and myself, of course, as well. So feel free to pause this right now. Go do that so you don't forget. The event ends on January 25th on Sunday. So the resources are yours to use indefinitely once you access them, but we're only giving you 1 week to opt into this event because usually these resources are paid, so we can't leave them up forever. But we are giving them away for 1 week free. So just go to whitneybateson.com/reach to opt in and get all of those resources right now. It's okay. I'll wait. All right. So today I want to talk about the 3 keys to a practice that can scale. These are the things that have applied to my business over the years, and they're pretty much present in every business that is truly growing without relying only on the practitioner to grow it. Maybe you are trying to scale right now and you're running into some problems. This is going to be very helpful for you to make sure you go back and get these things in place. And if you are looking ahead and wanting to move towards scaling in the future, of course, this is going to be extremely relevant to you. So the first key thing that practitioners who scale do is they diversify their income streams early. So they don't wait until they're burned out to explore options beyond selling hourly sessions. They start building alternate revenue while they still have capacity. Group programs, brand partnerships, media work, memberships. So one income stream, if you only have one in your business, that's going to be a more fragile, unpredictable, unsteady business. Multiple streams, on the other hand, give you sustainable growth and financial stability, even when life happens or markets change, whatever the case may be, you just have more stability. And I've talked about this before on the podcast. I've always had multiple streams of revenue in my business. Many were active revenue streams. I was working for that money. It was not passive income by any means. They required my time. But the income that those active revenue streams brought me allowed me to slowly and consistently invest in more leveraged, scalable income streams. So this can mean, if you're talking about, okay, what does this mean in terms of different revenue streams in my business? So for a dietitian or a therapist, this can mean serving consumers, so your clients, your patients with one-to-one, but then also offering some services to businesses. So doing consulting corporate wellness, writing, speaking, brand or media work. Or it can mean various services to the same audience, like a few different one-to-one packages. Maybe you're trying things at different angles, like you're treating maybe different versions of the condition or a condition, or maybe it's just different scales of service, or you are having different delivery models in your business. Even adding digital products or affiliate income, those are also, of course, revenue streams you can have, or even having like a hybrid cash pay insurance-based business where that is diversifying your income coming from insurance paying clients as well as cash pay, private pay clients. So there's many different ways. There's no real one right way to diversify your income in your practice. It really is up to what you enjoy doing, what ends up being a good match for your skills, because you may have started your career working in some kind of corporate job. Those skills might be very valuable skills to offer as consulting work or freelance work to companies. So it really is going to depend a lot on what you enjoy and what is really going to be interesting to the people that you're trying to sell it to. But the main key is to embrace a diversity of income streams. And I would also say that generally you should focus on active first, on active income streams, as you build the passive or scalable streams in the background. Those are going to take longer to see results from. I'm going to talk about that a little bit more a little bit later, but you're going to need to give those time. You're going to have to invest time in them, and you're going to need the active income to sustain you. Unless you're working a part-time job or a full-time job while you're working on these passive streams, but even then that basically is active income at this point. That is income. Maybe it's not coming in from your business, but it's coming in from a job. So we all need that income to sustain us as we work on other things. So just remember that, keep that in mind. So set those expectations appropriately when you are thinking about the different revenue streams and how quickly money is going to be coming in from each of them and how much income you can expect to get from each of them. So in the bundle, there are a few great resources to help you with this. So I'm going to highlight just a few, but this is by no means an exhaustive list. So we have the Accelerator Pack from Amy Gorin, Maximize Your Income with Media Features and Brand Partnerships. So this is going to show you proven steps that you can use to boost your income with media features and brand partnerships, including a checklist of how to get started, prompts to uncover how media features and brand partnerships can help you reach your goals for income, and also cheat sheets to help you get in touch with almost any editor or producer. So if media and brand work is one of those revenue streams that you've been thinking about, you're seeing other dietitians appear in the media and you want to figure out how you can get started there, this is an excellent resource for you. Inside of the bundle, remember, go to whitneybateson.com/reach to opt in to get this resource amongst many others for this week only. And another resource in the bundle is how to create a cash pay and insurance hybrid program. This is from Laura Schoenfeld. So if you are tired of relying on insurance payments right now and getting stuck in the endless one-to-one sessions, then this could really be a huge change for you. So you can learn in this training that Laura has provided. You're going to learn how to build a hybrid program that lets you combine insurance with cash pay services so that you can increase your income, reduce that burnout of always having to do one-to-one, and deliver better results without giving up your values as well. So you're going to learn about a clear model to structure your hybrid offer so that it actually sells. That's really key. We want it to actually sell. So that's important. The mistakes that practitioners often make when selling cash pay services, how to position your offer so clients say yes, even when insurance doesn't cover the entire service, and real world examples and pricing strategies as well. And you're also going to get an exclusive interview in this training about Becky Bell, who is a dietitian who actually applied this to her own practice, and how you can too. And so I think those real life stories are always really, really useful. So this is for any kind of licensed health professional who is wanting to have more freedom and better income and a business that supports your life. So that's a wonderful one from Laura. Laura is also one of our sponsors of the bundle. So shout out, thank you to Laura for sponsoring and believing in the Reach More People bundle. And then another resource for helping you diversify your income streams, I talked about group programs. That was a question on our survey. A lot of you are considering a group program, or maybe you're already working on one and you're figuring out how to really make it grow and sell it and all of that. So we have this resource from Anissa Bear, and it is called From Work With Me to Join My Program, the Messaging Shift Workbook. So this is going to help you stop positioning your group offer as just a cheaper one-to-one. So you're going to have scripts, email templates, and copywriting frameworks to communicate group value confidently without sounding defensive. It's also even including objection handlers for will I get enough attention? So that if that is a concern, or maybe you've already had those objections come up when you've been talking to people about your group programs, then this is definitely going to be a great resource for you as well. So remember, whitneybateson.com/reach. You get instant access to these resources. Okay, now I want to go to the second key. So practices that scale build audiences, not just client lists. So instead of relying solely on referrals or word of mouth, these practices that scale create systems that consistently bring new people into their world with SEO optimized content, engaged email lists, and strategic social presence, even podcast visibility. So all of these ways are building an audience. So an audience becomes the foundation for everything you want to launch next in your business. So speaking of revenue streams, if you have new products and offers that you want to launch, you need an audience to launch them to. If you have no audience, you are literally starting from scratch every single time when you are trying to sell a new product and find who your buyers are, who your customers are, and going out and finding them every time. I personally cannot emphasize enough how important this is, specifically building this audience if you want to scale. And you do not need to be on every platform. You do not need thousands of Instagram followers and need to be on there every day. Frankly, your email list is the gold standard when it comes to future growth potential. I've seen many people who have thousands of followers and no email list, and then they don't have the ability to properly sell to their audience because it's very crowded and busy on social media. It's hard to get people to pay attention to your posts. Email marketing has proven across the board, research has shown it is more effective in actually making sales and converting people into customers than other marketing channels. So email is still that gold standard. So you want to be building your email audience specifically, but also just in general, building your visibility and getting more people to know you and see you, know about your work, be familiar with you. And think about it this way. Building your client list is great. Your client base is great. But there are all these other people out there who are interested in you, but for whatever reason, they haven't bought anything from you yet. So when you have something new to offer or an event that you are going to be hosting and running, wouldn't you rather tell those people who already know about you, who like you, who are interested in you, who haven't bought onto your services yet, but they're really thinking about it because they already know you. They're like your friends. So it's so much easier than trying to tell the whole world again and again and again about, hey, I have this event coming up. Hey, I'm running this promotion. Hey, I have this new group program. If you're going and telling the masses, it takes a lot more time. It's not as effective, costs more money. So this group of people, this friendly group of people that you have in your audience, that group has your future clients in it. That's where they are. That way, you know that when you are going to offer things, you know who you're offering it to versus having no idea because you have no audience and you have no idea where these people are going to come from. So my main focus in my business has been on building my email list and audience. And I will say that 99% of my group program sales come from people on my email list. So it works, baby. We have some great resources in the bundle for growing your audience, growing your visibility, and growing your email list specifically. So first, we have this Google Business Profile Posts Toolkit from Courtney Vickery from Decklet Designs. She is another sponsor of the bundle. Courtney's amazing. I appreciate you sponsoring the bundle so much. So Courtney is like a badass when it comes to local SEO. And so she has this resource to make Google posting simple. It's giving dietitians and clinicians easy captions, curated images, and a Canva template so you can improve local SEO, stay visible, and connect with clients who need your support. So Google Business is not like other social media platforms. You don't need to be like constantly engaging in all of that. But a lot of these people have been on the podcast before. So go back and listen to the local SEO podcast episode with Courtney. And she talks about the strategy behind this and that you do need to be posting. And this is probably not something when people talk about marketing and platforms and channels to be in, people are not necessarily talking about Google. But this is a spot where you can really gain some traction and have a lot of great results without having to put in a lot of time and effort. So this is a really great toolkit to get you started, get you familiar with what this is. And of course, she's giving you a lot of templates to make it really easy for you to move forward with this. So that's a resource in the bundle. And then we also have a resource, Sustainable Social Media Systems from Laura Parker. So if you do want to be on social media, you're getting some traction there and you just want to make it easier for yourself, this may be the resource for you. So it's going to help you show up confidently, grow your audience, and turn conversations into warm leads. And I mean, that's really the other piece of it here is that we don't want to just be posting on Instagram for the likes. It is a channel to market and sell. And so how can we do that authentically without burning ourselves out? So that's what this resource is going to help you learn how to start doing. And so it includes simple templates and rhythms to make your content clearer, more consistent, and more impactful, meaning getting you actual results that you can measure in your business and your bottom line. And then we also have a really cool resource from Maggie Lemon's Podcasting for Practice Growth. So if you've been wondering, can you grow your private practice or online therapy business by podcasting? The answer is yes. So this is actually a private podcast about podcasting. So it's 6 short and actionable private podcast episodes and a workbook to guide you in taking the steps toward booking new clients through your podcast. So if you have a podcast right now, and maybe it's not getting you as many clients, or you want to make sure that it is being as effective as possible as an actual sales tool, then definitely you need this resource. And if you're considering podcasting, this is going to be really helpful, of course, to get you aware of how it works and what you should be thinking about in order to make sure that it is an actual successful marketing tactic that you put into place in your business. And then finally, my resource in the toolkit, Email Marketing Jumpstart for Practitioners. So this one's mine. I will teach you email marketing fundamentals so you can start your email list with confidence. I'm going to show you how to create a lead magnet for growing your list. I'm also giving you a Canva template to make sure it looks really great too. And I am throwing in a welcome email sequence template, which is what every practitioner should be using for every new subscriber that you are welcoming onto your email list. We want to make sure that they get a really nice, warm welcome from you to your world so that they stick around and stay on your email list and see the value of being a part of your community. So if you are intimidated by the platforms and the tech or just how email marketing really works, this is for you. It's a training with some templates. You'll love it. So remember, go to whitneybateson.com/reach to get all of the things that I'm talking about here. All right, let's move into the final key of what practices who scale have in place. The final thing is that practices that scale systematize early, even when it feels premature. So they delegate, they automate, they document before they need to. So you're doing the thing, you're like, I'm going to keep doing this thing. Document it, have a system, because that is going to allow you to scale. So these practices, they set up email systems that are systematized. They set up content workflows. They set up marketing processes while things are still manageable. Now, granted, when is it ever manageable when you're growing a business, having a life, supporting your family? Maybe you also are working a part-time job or you have so many other responsibilities. But still, it's just going to get crazier. The more clients you have coming in, the more things you're going to have on your plate. So it may feel, if it's a low time, it's a little quiet, okay, I should be working to get more clients and all of that. Put these systems in place too. Get these things, even if you have 5 clients, you have 2 clients, put a system in place for how you onboard clients, how you get them to pay you regularly, how you follow up with them regularly. All of these systems are going to just compound over time to allow you to scale. So systems that are built under pressure are not going to work as well. So if you're rushing and you are getting someone into your business, or okay, now you have 5 new clients to onboard, and suddenly it worked really well when it was just one at a time, but now you have a rush because you followed some of these other tactics and now you have all these clients in place. If you're trying to build this system really fast, chances are it's going to be really stressful and it may not be the best system possible. So when you build a system proactively, it's going to give you room to grow, which is just so powerful. And that was something that I took when I was starting my business. My business coach really recommended that I set up the processes and act like I had 10 clients coming in, even when I had 2. It's important to do that. And, a lot of people in the survey said that they lacked consistent marketing systems and they lacked time. So systems is what saves you here. However, you can add systems to your practice, do it. It really pays you back tenfold in the long run. So we have some resources in the bundle to get you thinking about systematizing your business. The first one is Delegate Like a Pro. This is from another podcast guest we had on before, Donna Dubé. She was wonderful. That was one of our most popular podcast episodes, actually, and talking about delegation and being a CEO in your business and stepping into that role. So this is going to be, if you enjoyed that podcast, you're really going to get a lot of value out of this resource. So Delegate Like a Pro. If you are struggling to keep everything on your plate right now, you need this. You're going to free up your time and unlock sustainable business success with Delegate Like a Pro. It's a step-by-step system to identify bottlenecks, offload tasks, and empower your team, whether it's a team of 1, maybe you don't have a team yet. This is going to prepare you for that so that you can delegate with confidence, can reduce overwhelm, and focus on what fuels growth. And one thing I will say, when I was hiring my first assistants in my business, I did not have a lot of systems in place, and it really made it tough to just have it feel smooth and really get great results from that. So I definitely would say, if you have people on your team working for you right now and it's not working so well, then I would definitely look at this resource. Or as you are looking ahead and maybe in the next 6 months to a year, you want to be bringing on some part-time help to support you in the business, get ahead of it, get these systems in place, learn how to delegate effectively so that all of that can run much more smoothly. Okay, then we have another resource from Lakeisha Mosley, the Soft Simple CEO Reset Planner for Practitioners. So this is really all about finding that calm on those days when your mind feels overworked. And honestly, systematizing our business can feel really tough when you feel like just everything is broken, everything's on fire, and there's just so many different things to do. And you're like, I just don't know how I'm ever going to get out of this. This is the resource for those days. So this was created with helping professionals in mind. It supports clinicians, dietitians, therapists, and other service-based practitioners who want to grow without burning out. It has gentle prompts, grounding exercises, mindset check-ins, and soft planning pages that help you reconnect with your capacity and identify what truly matters today. So when you are in a phase of growth and scaling, there are days when it can feel extremely overwhelming and that you are no longer prepared for the growth that is coming, and that it can be so exciting to have growth, but then there can be days where it can feel just so suffocating and overwhelming. And you're like, wait, I don't want it. This is too much. I'm not prepared. So I really think that this can be a great resource to help you ground into just how you're feeling today in the moment. So I'll leave you to download that, the Reset Planner. And then finally, I want to share another systematized resource for you, LinkedIn Content Post Planner for your nutrition and wellness business, from Stacy Dunn Emke, also has been on the podcast recently. So LinkedIn isn't just for job seekers. It's a powerful platform for building authority, attracting clients, growing your professional network, which is extremely important, and showcasing your unique services as a dietitian or wellness professional. So this hefty LinkedIn Content Post Planner includes 4 weeks of calendar post prompts, 27 category-based post prompts, 10 call to action specific prompts, and 14 bonus post prompts. So this is really enough for you to even potentially go put this together, load it up into one of those platforms like Publer or gosh, I was using Later for a while. Hootsuite back in the day, I think that's gone. Any platform where you preload content into, this is a system. Put this in there, get it running, and then have it repeating. Come in, throw in a few different unique posts every so often, timely things, but like set it and forget it for a while. So I think this is a really powerful resource. It allows you to build your presence and show up on LinkedIn and start building that audience that you need, and do it in a really systematized, efficient way. All right, so shared a lot with you. Remember, go to whitneybateson.com/reach to get all of those resources. The thing about all of this, though, is that none of this happens by accident. It requires intentional infrastructure building and slowing down to put these foundational pieces in place. And that's exactly what the Reach More People bundle is going to help you do. So go to whitneybateson.com/reach to opt in right now. You'll get access to these resources, plus even more that I didn't have time to mention. There's other SEO tools in here. There's things about relationship marketing, Pinterest, free newsletters to send to your newly created email list. It's all free, but it's for 1 week only. These resources normally sell for $20 or more from the people who are contributing them. So this is your only time to get them for free. So you can grab all of them or just one or two that speak to you. So if even one of the things that I shared with you today sounded like it could help you and it's something you want to learn more about, then definitely opt in and you can just pick that one. You don't have to get all of the resources if you don't want them. But you can see every resource on the page, on the opt-in page, when you go to whitneybateson.com/reach, so you can explore them, see who's behind, the faces behind all of these different resources, what they include, and then you can decide which ones are right for you. So I hope that this has been useful, and both the keys that I shared and then also the resources in this bundle are really going to help you make some good, empowered changes in the next couple weeks to really start 2026 off on the right foot. And if for some reason you are listening to this after the fact, don't worry, we will have other resources available to you if you go to that link. So the doors don't close on getting help from us. But do make sure that if you're listening to this by January 25th, go and opt in at whitneybateson.com/reach to make sure you get all of these resources so that you can scale and reach more people this year. All right, see you in the next episode.